Just Engineering, a significantly strong quarter coming through for the company, and of course, as you can see, even on an intraday basis, it's advanced by around a good 8% for now. But we put the spotlight back on the futures and options space, and we now have with us Amit Bhuptani of Nirmal Bang Securities and Nilesh Jain of Centrum Broking, who joins us on the show right now. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for joining in. Nilesh, I'll start with you on the clear and obvious question of whether or not the correction is done for now. What is your opinion?
Morning, Adam. So it's too early to call it as a bottom, but I think there has to be some pullback, or I would say a dead cat bounce, which is due since a long time. I think we have a reason for that as well. Nifty has taken support at its 200-day moving average. Exactly at those levels, Nifty is witnessing some amount of pullback today. So looking at the overall setup, I think there has to be a follow-up move towards 23,700 to 23,800. Today being a weekly expiry, there are high possibility of a short covering rally. If Nifty sustains about 23,600, then we might see the levels of 23,700 as well. So for the day, from an expiry point of view, the range looks like 23,500 to 23,700. That can be a broader 200-point trading range. Even if you look at the volatility index in the week, which is falling roughly around 2% today, and it is approaching towards the comfort zone. Below 15, if at all it slips, then we might see a follow-up move in the index. So overall, setup looks positive for the day.
So Amit joining in. Amit, what are your thoughts on the index? That's the view coming from Amit. Nilesh, what about you? What is it that you're constructive on? Any trading strategies and ideas for the viewers?
Absolutely, Samina. So I have two by recommendation. First of all, if you look at the consumption space as a whole, we have seen a decent correction. I think more sort of correction seems to be over. Now it's time to pick up the quality stock. So United Spirit, this particular stock is looking attractive at current level. After a recent correction, seems like it is forming a nice base formation. And today we are also witnessing some bit of build-up on the long side as well. So United Spirit, one can go long, keeping a stop loss below 1422, and target on the upside would be 1500. And another stock that is on my recommendation list is again on the long side is Indian Hotel. So if you look at this particular stock, the structure is looking very strong. In spite of the weakness in the market, this particular stock did not participate, and it looks like it is heading towards a new record high from here. So Indian Hotel futures can be bought, keeping a stop loss below 718, and target would be 765.
Right, we've also got queries now coming in from our viewers. Shankar from Chennai writes in, and he's holding NTPC 390 calls at a premium of 12. Amit, you want to have a go at this? What do you recommend he should do? Let's take a look at our...
Okay, well, we move on and take the next query which is on our radar, and this one is on PNB. I will take this up with Nilesh. So Amjad from Mumbai says that he has the Punjab National Bank 95 call and he's paid a premium of 5. What's the outlook here? That's what he wants to know. So let's pull up the particular option. There you have it. So PNB firstly has gone in the money, and naturally this also means that Amjad is sitting on a little bit of a profit right now because he's paid a premium of 5 and the premium now stands at 7.55. Nilesh, what's your view here? Should he book profit here or should he hold on?
Well, Adam, looking at today's reversal candle, I think that there will be a follow-up move in this particular stock, but the upside again might get rested somewhere around 104. So I don't see any major up move, but yes, we can see a pullback towards 104. So first of all, I would advise to keep a stick stop loss below 7 rupees. The option is currently trading around 7.55. So in order to protect the gain, I would advise to keep a stop loss, stick stop loss. And on the upside, we might see a pullback towards 8, 8.5. I think that could be a good exit point. So overall, in the PSU banks, today is a good day of reversal. We might see a follow-up move, and to play that pullback, one can stay put.
The query coming from Divya, who writes in from Hyderabad. Dia is holding Sun Pharma 1800 calls at a premium of 29. Let's quickly take a look at Divi's Sun Pharma and see what the calls are doing. Actually, not too bad. It is out of the money and it seems like it's at 15.90 from the look of it. Today doesn't seem to be too bad a day. Nilesh, you want to have a go at this one? What does one do with Sun Pharma calls of 1800?
Well, Samina, the structure is not looking that promising, and given the kind of structure we have seen in the Nifty Pharma Index, it looks like it is heading towards 21,500 to 21,200 kind of levels on the lower side. So Sun Pharma being one of the heavyweight here as well, we might see a follow-up move on the lower side towards 1750 as well. But if somebody has already bought the call option, I think one should keep a strict stop loss below 13. And currently the option is trading somewhere around 16 rupees, and today it made a low of 13. So that should be the stop loss. And if at all we see any pullback in this particular counter, then we might see this option moving towards 22 to 25. That could be a good exit point.
Okay, we move on and talk about Sun Pharma then. Actually, we've spoken about Sun Pharma, so I'm going to actually take a handful of other counters which are on our radar this morning. And of course, while we see a little bit of recovery coming through, there are plenty of other counters which are actually in focus. Well, one of them being Apollo Tyres. What we are actually seeing here as well is an interesting bullish candle of sorts, if I can call it that. I reckon the experts we have on a panel will be more suited to make a comment on here. But Nilesh, look at Apollo Tyres, and I'm looking at the futures here. It does seem like today's low is lower than yesterday's, and today's high is higher than yesterday's. Does this mean we can expect more strength in Apollo Tyres here on?
Absolutely, Adam, if you see the structure, technically this formation is called as a bullish engulfing candlestick formation, which is considered as a bullish reversal pattern. So looking at today's bullish candle, also we have seen higher than average volume so far in this particular stock, and even if you look at the derivative data, we are witnessing a build-up on the long side as well. So multiple, cluster of indication here that this stock is poised for a rally towards 490 to 500. And on the lower side, today's low seems to be have formed a multi-month low, and it's acting as a strong support as well. So yes, one can go long on dips, and upside target would be somewhere around 490 to 500.
Just very quickly, Amit, while we still have you on the show, a couple of stocks that have been attempting a little bit of a recovery. Asian Paints, Trent is what I'm going to ask you about, because both of them yesterday were looking okay, but by the time we shut shop, they probably were the better off counters in terms of losses. But today they're failing any sort of a material recovery. Would you trade either of these counters?
There you have it. That's the view coming in on a whole lot of stocks when it comes to the futures and options space. And I'm going to thank both our experts for joining us, both Amit and Nilesh, and taking us through their views in the markets, giving us a handful of trading ideas, and of course solving a handful of viewer queries as well. But we now talk about commodities.